Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Laura with Stitchin with Laura. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody is having a great Friday. Well, today we are going to be starting this one and we're going to be working up in the sky area. I tried to get to these flowers, but yeah. I don't know if you can tell, I folded it and yeah. That wasn't working. So the color that I chose was $7.98, and it's a real pretty blue color, kind of like a dark Wedgwood blue. So very nice, but we're just going to be working on the sky, and it's just too much material to hold and do a video at the same time. So yeah, here we are. How is everybody doing? It is the weekend already. Again. Did we not just have the weekend? Holy cow. Yeah. My goodness. These days are just flying by. And I'm not sure I get a whole bunch done. I worked yesterday mainly on the chocolate cat. It's the only thing I know how to call it. I think it's chocolate cat and flowers or something like that. Yeah. So just little pieces and parts of it, and finished up a couple colors, you know, like did all the symbols that were there. So that's working out fine. So, and about got the cat a little over 3/4 the cat's face, let's say. 3/4 done. I gotta do the eye part. There's a little bit of confetti like around the eye, but nothing to scream about. You know, it's like 4 or 5 stitches. So yeah, and there's 3, maybe 4 different colors. Oh yeah, that's how that is. So not a big deal. I mean, it'll take me longer to get the thread out than it will to actually stitch, you know, what is right there. So it's coming along. And I went out yesterday and I was going to go get lunch at the chicken pizza place at the other end of town. Well, I decided I was going to go to the thrift store right there by the dollar store. Nope, they didn't have anything I needed. So then I turned around and went back to the Restore, which is up by my daughter's house. So I had to go all the way back through town. I was trying to keep going in one general direction, you know, and not have to go against traffic. Oh yeah. It was fun. So I turned around and I decided halfway there that I'd just go to the grocery store and forget about, because now it's about noon, right? I didn't want to have to mess with all that. So I went to the grocery store and I picked up stuff to make kung pao chicken, stir-fried chicken, kung pao chicken. I used kung pao sauce. And I didn't make that yesterday. I ended up eating it was the Stouffer's lasagna. Yeah, I had that instead. Because I was just not, after all this running around crap, I didn't feel like cutting up vegetables and standing there for half an hour, 45 minutes. So I will do that today. I'll probably do it pretty much after this video. Early, you know, afternoon. So, and get that done, and I can have it for dinner again if I want to, because it usually makes a big gob. Of course, I had to get the 5 or 6 chicken breasts to make it all worthy, you know, not worthy, but I'll use like 3 out of the 5 or whatever, and then freeze the other 2. I'm gonna have to make stuffed chicken breasts one of these days, but Not quite the time for that, but yeah. I guess it'll be there September and October when I want to make those stuffed chicken breasts, because they're smothered, and I usually make rice and have something else with it, just because it's kind of globby and heavy. But yeah, my kids just absolutely adore that stuffed chicken breast stuff. Even my daughter's adapted her own recipe 15, 20 years later to make it at her house, because her bunch likes it as well. So, and I don't know what she uses for stuffing. I used to use my mother/grandmother's, I don't know whose recipe it was, for just stuffing like you'd stuff a turkey with, and do that. They put all the spices in and chicken broth and mess with it. But you know, these days I'm hitting the easy button, so yeah, I just get, what is that stuff? Stovetop stuffing, because I don't have to please my kids and stuff, because they did not like all the stuff that was in stovetop back in the day, see, so, you know, Mom can't win. She just can't win, so fix it however you want it. That's what I tell my kids. Whatever suits you. So I don't know if they're still making that dressing recipe that I've had, God, since I was born, shall we say. Because, like I said, grandmother fixed it when I was growing up, and of course they put celery and onions in it, so I adapted it. When I had my own kids who didn't like celery and onion, so yeah. I didn't put the celery onion in it. I just used light seasonings, because heaven forbid you put too much sage in something. Even I don't even eat it. But so now it's all 3 of our recipes. So yeah, I could possibly make it now and make it the way my grandmother made it. But it's just as easy to get a box stovetop. And I split the chicken breasts and stuff that stuff in there. I kind of brown the chicken breasts first, and split open the chicken breast, shove in the stuffing that's made. You know, you make it just like it calls for on the box. Stuff the chicken breasts and pin them down with toothpicks. Put them in a skillet. And then whatever of the dressing you have left over, I put kind of around it, and then I smother it with cream of chicken soup, and put the lid on and just kind of simmer cook them. And it works just fine. Everybody ate that. I've even made it a few times for company. And I haven't made it for customers lately. Yeah. So, but everybody seemed to like all that, so. And it was easy enough to do. I usually, when I had the kids at home, I'd serve it with mashed potatoes, because none of them liked rice. Oh yeah, it was fun when they grew up. I'm glad they got their own kids and their own problems and their own kids that won't eat anything. Yeah, because that's the way they were. But that was one thing they would eat. That and the curried chicken. I really liked the curried chicken. I was amazed that they would eat it. You make that with green beans, and you have your already cooked chicken breasts, and you cut them up into pieces. So you could buy chicken that was already cooked and cut it up. Put the green beans on the bottom of the pan, grease pan. Put the green beans on the bottom of the pan. Put the chicken on top of that, and then in a bowl, you take your cream of chicken soup and you thin it. Instead of using a full can of milk, use a half. so it's fairly thick. And I add a little bit of lemon juice to it to make it sour, because my mother's recipe for that called for mayonnaise. But I just, instead of using the mayonnaise, I just use a little bit of lemon juice and as much curry as you want, and salt and pepper, you know, to taste. Now my sister, when she makes it a little bit more currified than me, so. But we all like that curry. Then you take all that and you pour it over the top of the chicken, and you take buttered breadcrumbs and sprinkle them over the top and bake it until it's hot and bubbly, and it's done. Been eating that since 1967-ish, I would say. Somewhere in there. Oh yeah, love that stuff. Those are my two go-to easy chicken things. I can't, when I make that curried chicken, I only make it in like an 8x8 square pan. My mother'd make it in 13x9. Yeah, it went like that. And when I was living in Kansas, I had to make two 13x9s because we liked it so much. Yeah. It doesn't freeze beautifully. Not at all. Don't freeze it. But it does last a day or two. So we could get like 2 to 3 meals out of it. So, fun times. See, right now I'm just not in the mood to cook. I don't know what possessed me to go get all this stuff to make kung pao chicken. Because you got to cut up all the vegetables and fry it, or stir fry everything separately, and then put the sauce on it, and it's a hoopty. Yeah. But I'm going to try not to make quite as much as I did the last time, because 3 days on kung pao chicken was just a little much. What else? I don't know what else I stitched on yesterday. For the life of me, I can't remember. I can remember sitting there, but mostly it was the cat, so. Because I'd stitch on it a bit, and then I'd get up, and I'd go do something, and then I'd come back, and stitch a bit, and then come back, and go do something, you know. So I was up and down all day, so. Getting this done or that done. So, also have to go do the laundry today at some point. Rained a little bit off and on yesterday, and the wind was absolutely horrible, and then nothing for the longest time, and then it'd start whooping again. I don't know what that was about, but it didn't seem to bring us any more or any less rain than we've had like all week. Just enough to wet the ground. Isn't that a pretty blue? It's just gorgeous. It kind of looks like a royal blue, if you will. Or a dark cerulean. Just kind of lighter than royal blue. There it looks like it's almost turquoise when I'm looking through the viewfinder there. But I wanted, whoops, dagnabbit. I haven't done that in a while. Stitch in the wrong direction first. Yeah, I wanted to start on the flowers, but that didn't happen. But I did start with blue, see? So what's everybody else working on? Are you working on something fun? Something new, different, exciting? Or are you still working on the same old, same old? I have those days myself. It's like, really? I'm still working on this. And I've just used the needles out of my pin cushion, so I have no idea where this particular needle came from. We don't have a shortage of needles around here. But I didn't use the ones that everybody raves about from the spring kits. So that's fine. Save it for something else. Oops. What are we doing here? Stitch in the right general direction. Sometimes when I'm stitching upside down, it makes me confused for some reason. I don't know why. It really shouldn't, but it's all the same thing, you know. Same kind of stitching. Alright, guys. Let me get that. Whoop. Well, if I can find the hole, we'll have it made. There we go. Isn't that pretty? Let me bring it down so you can actually see it. It looks almost purple now. It's a almost total different color, like maybe a shade darker than the actual thread. Alright, guys, let me pull you back out here. So, whoops, there we go. Thank you for joining me today. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell. That way you'll know when my next video comes out. Stay safe, stay healthy. We'll see you tomorrow for Christmas in July at 1 Mountain Standard Time, Colorado. Bye-bye.